They invested in you. You got in,
Yeah.
and then COVID hit.
All of our customers shut down. Restaurants shut down during COVID. So what do we do now, right? We were building momentum. We have our prototype. We're getting some proof in the market. We hear like banging on the door, firefighters rolling in. We didn't know how bad the fire was above. If there wasn't a sign that said you need to pivot, I mean, that was a clear sign.
I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of my interview with Roberto as much as I did. In part 2, though, it gets real. We get to walk through Roberto's journey and applying for and getting accepted into the Y Combinator, all while expecting a child, having to move his family across the country back to Silicon Valley. COVID hits. The world is literally on fire, and Roberto and his team have to pivot to survive. We finally explore what it looks like to have the capacity to serve your family well in the midst of business chaos. If you didn't watch part 1, please go back and watch it. You don't want to miss it. But please subscribe, like, engage in the comments, and enjoy. So you wanted to build. You got the itch. You
Yeah.
got bored.
Yeah.
You were ready for the next adventure. What was that adventure?
Man, okay, so fast forward, I mean, now I have me and my wife, we're building a family and she's pregnant.
Okay.
But before that, we went through some challenges there, right? And nobody tells you about those things.
Nope.
And you just go through that, and you figure that out.
Yep.
And it makes the kiddos that come after that super special.
Absolutely.
And so we went through that, and that was a hard
So
season.
real quick.
Yeah.
That's another thing we have in common.
Okay.
So my wife and I tried for our first child for 3 years.
Okay.
Could not get any traction. It's the whole feels like every month something's wrong with us. What's going on? And then
Yeah.
the longer those months, go on, it's like you really start to look inwardly and you're
The
like,
doubt creeps in.
I thought it was just so easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
They tell you in sex education in school,
yeah.
like you even look at a girl, you're
That's
getting her
right.
pregnant, right?
That's right.
And
That's
but
right.
for us, it was
Yeah.
just different.
Yeah.
And
It's different.
there's all sorts of challenges in that, and that goes back to choosing the right partner again. In
Yeah.
those seasons of moments where you feel like why are we having to go through this together?
Yeah.
You can choose to let that either take you apart,
Yeah.
or you can choose to let that bring you together.
No doubt.
And for my wife and I, building a business at the time, I mean, I was touring 190 days a year with a traveling artist. I was going to school full time, bootstrapping Midwestern.
Yeah.
And then also dealing with
Sure.
trying to start a family.
Yeah.
And I remember we were building this new house,
Mm-hmm.
and this was going to be the house that we were going to move our family into.
Sure.
And we've been saving for this for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so sobering because we were going to move in with just us two. And we built this house to like have a family in and all these things.
Yeah.
And I will never forget the morning that we moved into this house. I go with a friend, I'm doing some hunting, and then I come home and she had taken a pregnancy test and we were expecting our first child.
Wow.
And it was just like, man,
Wow.
in the moment, in the season of this desolate land, it felt like,
Yeah.
we're believers, so the Lord was with us every step of the way.
Yeah.
And it allowed us to really focus on each other and how we can, focus on the Lord and each other through this process. And Brinkley, our firstborn child, is an absolute miracle for us. So
Yeah.
anyway,
No, man.
I know we have a lot in common.
It's kind of scary. Thanks for sharing that, man.
So yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think, just to share on that thing, I think, most people don't talk about these things,
Mm-hmm.
and it actually makes it taboo.
Yep.
Because people just don't talk about it. Maybe it's becoming more kind of talked about now, but when we went through it, it was a complete shocker. It was just like, and for us, it wasn't getting pregnant. For us, is that we had lost pregnancies.
Okay.
Right, and that's like, whoa, like how?
Yep.
This is not the way it's supposed to go.
For sure.
And how do you do this? And nobody talks to you about this. And it turns out, I think the statistic is like 1 in 5 end in a miscarriage. And so for us, we took a hit, right? And I learned that, for us as men, we were like, oh, we got to be strong.
Yeah.
Be supportive, not emotional. And I thought that that was the best way to support my wife. It's like, well, she's breaking down, and I got to be strong for her.
Yep. But then
Um,
you're insensitive, and does this even matter to you?
dude, it hit me. I
Yeah.
remember we were visiting family. Like we already had booked the trip because we were going to surprise them with the news, so we kept it close.
Hmm.
And then went to the doctor, and doctors, check up, and he said, "Hey, I'm not seeing a heartbeat,
Hmm.
but don't lose hope. Sometimes this happens. Come back tomorrow, and want you to do this and this, and we'll check." I remember coming out the hospital, and it's like no music, no nothing. Like, what do you do? We're man of faith, and my wife, and walking to the Lord for many years, and it's like, whoa, we think about
Yeah.
this one. I remember driving, and there's just like Vista Point. We were in Colorado at the time, one of our favorite sort of spot to kind of see the mountain range, and felt the need to just pulled over, and we started weeping, but then we felt the need to worship on the side of the road. So we just got out the car and just looked at the range and just worship, and just laid it down.
Wow.
And said, it's your will be done, and we're going to walk with you in this. And went the next day, and there was no heartbeat. And so you just deal with that. And that puts you off for some time, and you've got to rebuild the confidence, and then you go after it again, and then happen again. And it's like this thing, right? And so that was a season. And then, during that time too, we were building a home, and it was the whole thing. And I got lost in that, just kind of like focused in that season doing that. But then I wanted to build again, a business. And so
you go through that, and then you start a business venture.
And then we're building. So I get the band back together again. Jerry is available, his brother Tiger. We're like, okay, let's figure something out. And we're kind of just looking for the problems to solve, right? I think when you're a builder, you can kind of look at, you have you see problems everywhere. As an entrepreneur, you see problems everywhere. And it's like, it's tempting just to get after it. But for us, we've sort of, we've grown in maturity and understanding like how to build, and enough business acumen to understand like not every idea is a good idea. Timing matters. How do you validate? What are all these things? And so we spent time in that for a while. And in that time, my wife got pregnant, and was going through that season. And fast forward, we worked on a few things, and we started to get traction on one of these things, and we applied to Y Combinator. We're in Colorado at the time, and Y Combinator is San Francisco. And so we applied. Then we got accepted for the interview. And we saw the interview date, and it was the date of my firstborn, the same due date. And
oh, my word.
So I tell the fellas, like, okay, YC interview, my wife's probably going to give birth.
I love that you even put it up there as an option.
Okay, fair. So I had to just huddle the guys up. I'm like, guys. And we're like, how do you change the date on a YC interview? It's like, supposedly it is what it is. You go in, so you got 12, 15 minutes. You can't change your time slot. So there's got to be a way. So I got a hold of somebody at YC and say, look, my firstborn, can we change? So changed it out a week. So now baby's born, healthy, thank God.
Awesome.
Her name is...
What a story in itself.
Oh my gosh. So now baby's born, healthy, girl. Her name is Alani Luya.
Beautiful.
And then it's like 9 days later, I'm on a plane going to SFO. So my girl's 9 days old. We're going to SFO because we got to be pitching YC now. So they stay back home. And when I get there, it's like my wife calls me, and it's like, I'm going to the ER because oxygen, something's not right.
Oh my goodness.
And so now I'm there. Next day is the YC interview. And I'm there on FaceTime with my wife, and my daughter's going to the ER. So I'm like breaking night with them. The guys, we're huddled up in this like Airbnb in Mountain View because we get all our friends from the Valley come over to kind of grill us, get ready for the YC interview. And I'm in the room like trying to see if I'm gonna take the flight back.
Oh my goodness.
Baby gets good, stable. My wife's like, stay.
There's the importance of a good partner again. Yep.
No doubt. And I thank God my in-laws were there during that time. And so she had a good support system around her. And then I was like, okay, now is the next day. I already broke night. And so we're getting ready for the interview. And we go, you go to Mountain View and sort of you see it's all cool, whatever. And so you go into the room and it's go time.
Yeah.
I don't think I spoke one word during the interview. And then fast forward, I jump back in the Uber and I'm heading to SFO, catch a plane. And they're going to call us that night if we got in or not. And as I'm in the Uber going to SFO, my founder calls me and says, hey, we got the call. We're in.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, get
Dude,
me up.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think what's interesting about that story that I want to like point out is a lot of times when people see founders or
glamour.
they see people that have done it, it's like, oh, well, if I had that opportunity, or if I was in their shoes, and people don't realize we're still human.
Oh man.
And we're dealing with life. And while we're making the most of this opportunity that showed up, there's still life happening.
No doubt.
And life's not pretty.
No.
There is sacrifice. There is all sorts of things that are competing for your time.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool to point out that there was chaos happening, but somehow you found the ability with your co-founders, with the support of your wife, with the support of in-laws.
That's right.
It takes a tribe.
It does.
And too often people look at the co-founder or they look at the founder and they don't see all the people behind them that have helped them get to where they are.
That's right.
And that they're helping cover down on all the different areas of your life while you have got to focus on different things.
Yeah.
I think about myself, and my wife is just such a special woman. And she is taking care of so many things that I don't have to even think about. And I know she's going to do it with grace. She's going to do it with excellence.
Yeah.
She's going to do it in a way to where I can trust that our kids are being raised in incredible ways.
That's right.
And I don't know if I could even do this without her. And I don't think I could.
That's right.
And there's elements of your story that I hear too, that your wife just seems like such an amazing, steadfast person in your life that frees you up to be able to do things like be in SFO and have that interview and have it go successfully.
That's right. And then saying like from the hospital, get after it.
Yeah.
Right? Like who does that?
Yep.
But yeah, I think picking your partner is so important.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what were the next stages of Y Combinator?
Yeah.
For someone that doesn't know what Y Combinator is, what is Y Combinator?
Yeah.
What did that mean for you in your early founding of this organization?
Oh yeah, I mean Y Combinator, it's the biggest sort of startup accelerator in the world. Like the big names that we're all familiar with, Airbnb, Instacart, Brex, like you just name them, SaaS bets, and they bet beyond SaaS as well, but they built such a phenomenal organization to find founders, sort of filter through all the BS and kind of get down to like, is this founding team really about it? What's their unfair advantage? How do they do it? I mean, now they got it down to such a process that is so streamlined. And anyway, you go through this rigorous process. Few really get in. And then once you're in there, they invest in your startup and your idea. You have to go spend 3 months in SF because it's, I wouldn't say it's a boot camp.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, there's this incubation period.
You're being pressure tested.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what does that 3 months look like?
So you're there, you're in person, and you're meeting every week, office hours. Ours was on Tuesdays. And you're meeting with your partner, like your YC partner. In our case, our YC partner was Michael Seibel, who at that point was the CEO of Y Combinator.
What a partner.
So what a partner. And so we're meeting with him every week.
Yeah.
Right. And then they drill into you so many good things that just change the way you think as a founder. When you get in a room with so many other founders, they're all there to go build something that doesn't exist or say we can do it better.
Yep.
a bunch of crazy people,
Hmm.
really,
Yeah.
right?
They
And
just chose not to be serial killers. They chose to be a
that's
co-founder or
right.
founder.
Yeah. And you don't know what you're signing up
Yep.
for, but what you're signing up for is getting punched in the face every single day.
Yep.
And yes, you're right. It's glamorized,
Hmm.
but it's hard work, but it's fun.
Yep.
And the importance of finding your co-founders are going to work with you, and that is really important. So you go there for 3 months. They bring sort of guest speakers in. So, I think we have one of the founders of Airbnb there talking
Okay.
to everybody. You have, dinners and sort of presentations and all
So
that.
you're getting grafted into
Oh yeah,
a network of people that want to see you succeed.
that's right.
They want to fast track your
No
success
doubt.
and see you flourish in ways that you wouldn't have without them.
That's right. And I mean, a network that you can tap into.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm an alumni and I'm still plugged into the YC network
Oh,
all
that's
the
cool.
time.
Yeah.
Get emails all the time from other founders, advice, or like an intro.
Hmm.
And the cool thing is they do an amazing job to keep folks connected.
Okay.
And so, yeah, so that's Y Combinator.
So what were 3 of some of the top things you learned in that time?
Yeah. Product market fit,
Okay.
the importance of it, how hard it is, how to not get lost in like your hunch,
Hmm.
how to
So what's some signal with product market fit that you're
Yeah.
looking for
Yeah.
to let you think, oh wow, there's something here?
Yeah, I think a couple things, right? So one of the things they drill into you, like what is that core metric that you're solving to prove that you're going towards fit? Like what
Hmm.
does that look like? Is it revenue? Is it sort of depending on your business, it might change drastically. Is it signups? Is it retention? Like what are those things? But you gotta get really thinking about the metrics that you're tracking
Yep.
and measuring. But really, when it comes to, they just force you out the room to go sit with your customer.
Hmm.
And I think so many founders, we sort of underestimate that because we feel like we know what we have to go do. And then the risk is you go build it and you spend all your time building it, you go to market and it flops.
Right.
Why?
Because you never talk to
Because
your
you never
customer.
talk to your customer. How do you know you're solving a
So
problem?
novel, isn't it?
It's interesting. Their anchoring message on the wall is make products people want.
Mm.
Sounds like a simple thing. Right?
Yep.
Make products people want, of course. But no, it's really, really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you know they actually want it? Are they going to tell their friends about it?
Yeah.
Are they pulling you or are you pushing it?
Mm.
What does that look like? Man, but when you can like really get after it and really stay true to pursuing product market fit, it just changes everything because you start to stay close to the customer. You keep the voice of the customer going as you're building the early stages.
Mm-hmm.
But also it gives you confidence. Like imagine the confidence you get from like having a customer say, actually, I'm gonna go get you 20 more customers because I'm part of this network.
Yep.
And then she becomes your biggest advocate
Mm-hmm.
because the tool is serving her so well that now she's willing to put her name on it.
For sure.
That's game changing.
Yep.
So yeah, I think those are a few things that come to mind for me. I think they sort of teach you, yeah, not just product market fit, but like founder dynamic. What does that look like?
Mm-hmm.
And then really some advice on fundraising because they're setting you up to they gave you a seed
Yeah.
sort of investment, and we're investing in companies that can be billion-dollar opportunities.
Right.
They anchor you so high
Yeah.
to get you out of your little box to kind of think about scale.
And I,
Yeah,
from what I know about your story, they invested in you, you got in,
yeah,
and then COVID hit.
that's right.
And so like as a founder, you've got to make pivots.
No question.
You can't control every outside scenario.
That's right.
And as much as them investing in the team, I know with a lot of the founders that I work with and the funding rounds that I've been through, it's like they're investing in the team as much as they're investing in the product.
No doubt.
So walk me through, what was that pivot like? Obviously, we all have our own version of COVID
That's right.
and what we had to do during that time. But I'm interested in what
Yeah.
happened with you all
Yeah.
during COVID.
Yeah, so I'll keep it tight. There's so many layers to it. So we moved to San Francisco is January of 2020.
Okay.
What we know now is the eve of COVID, the
Mhm.
biggest pandemic to hit us in 100
Yep.
years.
People were sick and we're like, why is this guy so
Yeah,
sick?
like what's going on, right? And so we're there, we're building, and so it was we're just locked in. We're just building, talking to customers. We see a headline come in. It's like, this thing is happening in China. Okay, like we're working.
Yep.
No, this thing is becoming more of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, it's spreading. Okay, we're working. And then it gets to a point where San Francisco decides to shut down the city. Okay, you can't ignore that one.
Right.
In our case, at that time, we were building a company that was building a marketplace connecting restaurants to wholesale providers.
Okay.
Food tech.
Yep.
And so guess what? All of our customers shut down. Restaurants shut down
Yeah.
during COVID. So what do we do now, right? We're building momentum. We have our prototype. We're getting some proof in the market. It's a hard business to build, and that's okay. Most companies are. All companies are. And we're like, okay, so San Francisco shuts down. Our customers go away. We got demo day in like 6 weeks. That same week, we're trying to like put the pieces together. It's like, okay, what's our next step? We were working out of an Airbnb in Mission District in San Francisco. And it was Sunday. We were going to get ready for dinner. So one of our founders is cooking, and all of a sudden, like, someone sees smoke on the third floor. We were on the second floor. They step outside to the patio. It's like smoke's coming from the third floor. Third floor was going under construction. They were doing construction work up there. All of a sudden, we hear like banging on the door, firefighters rolling in. Like, we didn't know how bad the fire was above.
Oh my word.
On the third floor.
So the house is on fire.
In flames. I could show you pictures. You wouldn't believe it.
So COVID happens. You shut down. You've got to have a presentation of
fire
of this business.
Yeah.
The house is literally on fire.
Five alarm fire.
And
we're
what
rushing.
do you do as a founder?
The team is rushing out.
Yeah.
Firefighters are rushing in. Thankfully, nobody got hurt. We went back in after the firefighters came out, and it was cleared for us to go in. I was like, okay, my laptop's still in there. Like,
okay.
We go back in. Literally, we had business cards because we were working the streets and like meeting with folks. Business cards on ashes and all this. If there wasn't a sign that said you need a pivot, I mean, that was a clear sign.
It. I mean, you had to.
You had to.
That definitely wasn't a sign. It was a roadblock.
I mean, it was real.
Yeah.
And so, look, we said, look, we're going to wrap it up. We talked to our partner. We said, look, this is where we're at. We're going to regroup as a team. Can we come back like the next batch to just present to investors? Because we have nothing to present. They say, fine, given the circumstances. So we deferred demo day, and we came back to Colorado. And think about this. I convinced my wife to leave her dream home in Colorado to move to San Francisco with a newborn. And we're in a studio apartment in San Francisco, and I'm working with Y Combinator, and we're building. And so she's there. Like, talk about the champ. Yeah. She's there. And then now we jump in a car with all our belongings and we book it because there's this thing called COVID. And my wife is terrified. We have a newborn. We try and get back home to our safe place. Yeah. And so we get there and it's like, okay, we're here. Breathe a little. Me and my founders, we group back up in Colorado and we're like, okay, what do we do?
I want to point out real quick.
Yeah.
For those that are listening, I hope everyone caught that you didn't say, hey, we're giving up and we're going home. It's, hey, can we be in the next batch?
Yeah.
It wasn't, I'm done with this. This isn't for me.
No.
It was, no, we just need a little bit more time for us to give it another shot.
Yeah.
And I think that's a key difference in founders and builders and people that are crazy enough to take on these tasks.
Crazy.
Is that like some people get caught up in, man, it's too risky. I can't make a move. I can't make that move.
Yeah.
And they're not thinking about the fact, well, no, it's actually way riskier not to.
No doubt.
and there's two ways of thinking about that. It's like I can be so enamored by the mountain that's in front of me that I never take a first step. Or I can be so enamored by the mountain in front of me that I want to see what's on top of it.
No doubt.
And I want to see the view when I get to the top.
That's a good word.
And I just want to call that out because I think that is a beautiful characteristic of the difference between, and you're not always going to be successful.
No.
But that mindset, more often than not, will lead you to a state of success in the future. It's not a game of king of the hill.
That's right.
It's a game of last man standing.
That's right.
And I think that's just a beautiful representation of that. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, I think, when you're in it, I think it goes back to when when you go through things in life, bad things happen.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, you got punched in the face a couple of times. This is a big one. But when you look back, you've gotten over some things.
Yeah.
So it becomes like, okay, I got knocked out.
Yep.
I'm going to get back up tomorrow and we'll get back in. We got to lace back up and we're going to get after it. What we're going to do, I don't know what the game plan is, but we need to regroup.
Yeah. It reminds me of this quote that someone told me once that was, the measure of your uncomfortability is the measure of your growth potential. And the more uncomfortable you are, the larger the growth potential. Whereas the more comfortable you are, you're not going to want to grow.
You're done.
So it sounds to me that this uncomfortable state that you were all in really made you regroup and think, what do we want this next stage to be?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
so what was it? What was the next stage?
So we said, look, we can either return capital and kind of fold or we pivot.
Okay.
And so we got to the whiteboard and we said, okay, let's get back to the drawing board. I mean, we've done it before. We built from zero. Now we're going to do it again, but it's fresh. It was hard, right? Because you're like, man, we had this momentum. There's this traction. This thing really knocked us off our surfboard. And so we said, okay, this thing called COVID, this is the big deal. This is going to be a big deal. If it's teed up to become the pandemic that they're teeing up, then there's a lot of problems. And problems means there's a lot of opportunities.
And life as we know it will forever be changed.
Yeah. So how do we work in this new world where COVID is requiring us to kind of be separate? And we saw it wasn't hard for us to make a decision. It was really like, do we want to fold, give capital back to friends, family? Or do we say, actually, let's build a surfboard out of this scrap that we have and let's ride this wave called COVID and see what opportunities to serve the world is it going to provide? Because there's going to be new problems to solve. The problem we saw was, it's going to move to a world where people are separated, isolated, and video is going to become a first-class citizen on how we engage and communicate. That was it. It wasn't brilliant. It was just like, there's a problem. Video connection is going to be used more to drive business outcomes. Yes, there's big players. There's Zoom, and you got Google Meet. You got all these things. You're crazy. Why would you go? Yeah, we're the crazy ones. Yeah, right. Let's sign up for it. But we had a differentiated approach to get after it. But here's the thing. Because we've been around the block, we said we don't want to waste time. There's opportunity costs here, right? We don't talk about that so much, right? We sort of get this idea, let's just go do it. Yep. Fast forward, 3 years went by, there's opportunity costs. As you get older, that becomes more and more real. Yep. You have a family.
And when you build stuff that doesn't work out, you realize, I don't want to do that again.
You don't want to do that again.
Yep.
And so we made a pact. We said, we are not going to build one line of code until we get a check from a customer on this idea.
I love it.
And we held true to that.
So how'd you get that check?
So I'm a designer, got into Figma. Figma IPO just happened. Big props to the Figma team. Yep. I'm like a boy fan over here, right? Yeah. A big user of Figma. And so I got into Figma. This is before they had video integration. How you can actually put video, and we were building a video platform. Okay. And so I figured out how to build a prototype that still had some movement in it that mocked videos. And I said, okay, told the guys, give me some time. We sort of did competitive analysis. We said, how would we be different? We did that work, and we said, hey, yeah, this could be something. So then I went to work, and we built this prototype out. And now we have this thing, felt fully functional. I still have a copy of it. Hopefully, if I pull it up on Figma, I could still show you. And it was fully functional. And that was enough to say, we're going to go now from 3 founders, we're going to become salesmen.
You can sit down in front of people, walk them through it, and see if it's something that they want.
That's right.
Yep.
And so we were going to do that. And so we did that. We got to work. And I don't know who got the first check. But I think my founder, one of my founders, Tiger.
Okay. Go get him, Tiger.
Go get him, Tiger.
He got him.
He's a brilliant guy. He got the first check. And we were like, what? You got it. Okay, cool. let's get more checks. It's
Yeah.
kind of double valid. And so we started getting some more checks, and it was mind blowing because when somebody's willing to pay you
Mm.
and what your pitch is, and this is all, I think the greatest founders are great at sales.
Mm.
Like that's one of your core jobs as a
Yeah,
founder. You have to sell.
for
You
sure.
have to sell vision. You have to sell to your investors. You have to your first hires. That's hard sell to say,
Yep.
hey, we're this like little boat. We're trying to we're taking some water in, but it's going to be a good ride. Jump
Yeah.
in here.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know how to sell.
Yep.
And so we did that, and we got our first couple checks, and after that we said, giddy up, let's get after it. And so we built our MVP in like 2 months.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy, locked in, built the MVP, and then demo day was like now a month away. This is like the other batch, and we're like, okay, we got something now. And so we start getting this traction. And the whole recommendation. YC talks about this a lot. Is like, if you're proud of your MVP, you kind of launch too late, right? Because you should be shipping soon.
Too much time
on it without validating.
Yep.
And for us, we had like a month before demo day, and we went against that recommendation because we knew that we wanted a product that not only was smooth and capable, but it couldn't get things wrong. We're dealing with live video here.
Yep.
You can't mess
It's got to
that
be
up.
great.
It's got to be great.
Yep.
So we spent time on reinforcing that. Anyway, while that was happening, we started selling real contracts and getting after it. And we're like, hold on, we're getting some sales now.
Yeah.
And I'm tracking the revenue, and this thing is going up. I'm like, okay, it's enough traction, because traction is what builds trust.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do investors want? They want to see traction.
Yep.
It's going to up their trust in you as a team and in your idea to get after it.
Yep.
If you don't have traction and you're trying to sell something, good luck.
Well, and they may not be the experts in the thing that you're building.
No, they just want to see the numbers.
They want to know that people want what you're building.
Exactly.
And they're going to use it.
That's right.
And you're going to go find more people that want it too.
Nothing's more convincing than revenue.
Yep.
That somebody paying you for the thing. And so we had that going into it. And so, we made a deal. And I was like, okay, you guys keep building. I'm going to go start fundraising.
Right.
And I started fundraising. And there's a process, right? Like there's a
lot of different processes to it.
No doubt.
What was the process that you used?
So you make a list. A list, B list, C list investors. Look, you talk to somebody who's from Philly. I don't know these investors by name. I didn't track them. They're not celebrities to me. They're just partners that I can partner with to get something done.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of founders that know all the investors. I wasn't one of them. And what that became an advantage because I would jump in a call with a big investor, and I'll be like, tell me about your firm. Like, how are you going to support us?
Who are you?
Who are you? How are you helping us?
Yeah.
And so that, it was a really interesting dynamic. But the process, so A list, B list, C list, you start with your C list because you perfect your pitch after every call. You iterate. You have a conversation with an investor. You understand where you fumbled.
And you get questions that maybe you didn't think about ahead of time.
You refine it.
Yep.
And you refine it, and you work your way up to the A list.
Yeah.
By then, you're a pro.
Yep.
You know the questions that are coming. You've taken the time to understand your business even better from the investor perspective.
For sure.
And so you're going in like you're nailing it.
Yep.
And so once we went through the C list, B list, that A list became a 2-week window.
Okay.
And we're gonna go back to back. At this point, COVID's still rampant. We weren't in Sand Hill Road talking to investors. We were doing it over Zoom. In fact, no, actually, we scratched that. We said we're not doing it on Zoom. We're doing it on Welcome, our platform. It's a video platform. And we had home field advantage and said, all right, we're going to lock this in. And so literally, I was on calls for like 2 weeks, back to back. Literally back to back. Probably talked to all the top investors in the Valley, in New York, and in between. So what you do is the reason why you wanted to run tight is because all the investors, they know each other and they all talk. Coffee shop. Oh yeah, I got this. I'm looking at this video tech.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at this video.
Oh, you're looking at it? What do you think about it?
What do you think about it? Right? The idea of FOMO is such a real thing, especially in the investor world. And so you run a tight 2 weeks process. You go back to back, you refine. And what that does is it does start to chatter, whether you don't hear it, but it starts to chatter and
Mm-hmm.
the FOMO starts happening. And then you get into the real conversations and term sheets start hitting the table.
Hmm.
And so we ran that process. We had a term sheet from some top guys. Then you go into negotiations on that.
Yeah,
And you can't really negotiate unless you have leverage.
that's right. If you
If
only
you
have one term
you
sheet,
got
good
to go
luck.
get more term sheets.
Yeah.
And so that's how we work the process. And you know, it's interesting because we closed with our Series A even before demo day. We didn't need demo day at that point.
Okay.
So we went straight to investors. We locked in with Kleiner Perkins, great firm, top five, and great partnership with those guys over the years. Have been amazing to run with. And yeah, made the right call there. And then we
Yeah.
locked in. And then demo day really became a sales pitch for us. So got in front of all these
That's nice.
investors. It was like, look, yeah, actually, we just closed our round, but let me tell you about my tech and
Yep.
why every company at your firm and your portfolio should be using our technology.
That's great.
And so I turned it from like a sales, like an investor pitch to like a demo.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got
That's
some
great.
business
So
out of
you
that.
closed your Series A.
Yeah,
And I mean, for those of you that don't know, or those of you that do, these companies are investing in a lot of companies.
no doubt.
And they're trying to throw stuff up on the wall,
Yeah,
hoping that one of them
hits.
hits.
Yeah,
And when you take in that money, now you're on a track to IPO or bust.
that's right.
And
Yeah,
that is a crazy process. It's a wild ride.
it is.
So you get your first series done.
Yeah.
What do the moments after that look like?
I mean, after that, we're like, okay, it's go time, right? You call it out. You have to make a decision, like as a founder, when you take capital, what that means,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it's a partnership with your investors. You're saying like, yeah, I'm going to the moon,
Yep.
and I'm focused on sort of driving the business in that kind of way, and that typically means scaling. And for us, there was a moment in time where we're just like, we have to grow
Mm-hmm.
because the demand was there. If the demand wasn't there, our part would have slowed things down, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But the demand was there, and we needed to hire to keep up. You know, I think, you know, backtracking to that, getting hiring done right is really difficult. Especially when you have the pressure of momentum and the market is pulling you. You know, a hire can make your culture be net positive for your culture, or it can kind of drag it down,
Yeah.
and you have to like protect your culture at all cost.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're rapid hiring, like it's hard to get that right.
Yeah. It can
And
get
so
out of control really
get
quick.
out of control right away. And
Yeah.
then also, like if you haven't matured in your process of how to hire and what to look for, because you're still shaping your culture at that
Mm-hmm.
point, right? And so we went through that season, and thankfully, we had great connections in the valley and great friends that worked at the big guys, and those are the first people you call.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, come join us. We're crazy enough to get after
Hey,
it.
leave this comfy job with the top tier
Oh yeah,
logo and come join
come
me.
here. Yeah, on the raft.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and they're crazy enough to do that,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that so much, and sort of the risk that early employees take.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we don't talk enough as founders that your business, yeah, you're a founder, but really it's the team you build around you,
Yeah.
and those first employees are like the ones that really build.
Dude, so
Yeah,
one of our first hires at Midwestern that I still work with today and absolutely love.
yeah,
When we asked him to join Midwestern, he was scared.
yeah,
He was like, "How do I know like it's not just gonna
sure.
go up in a
Hmm.
vapor,
Hmm.
And I remember looking at him, telling him, a pilot of a plane doesn't want to crash either.
No doubt.
And something clicked in him. It's
That's right.
like, hey, I don't want this thing to fail either.
That's right.
So
That's right.
come join us
Yeah,
and help us keep this thing
help
in
us
the
build.
help us keep it in the air.
Yeah, no doubt.
And so I just have immense respect for those early hires because you're taking the risk as a founder,
Yeah,
but you own it.
for sure.
These early hires, they're taking a risk
Hmm.
on something that you own.
That's right.
And so really what they're doing is they're believing in you.
No question.
And that is such an incredible place to be at
Yeah,
in that relationship because
yeah,
it creates this bond that will
yeah.
transcend
Oh my gosh.
so much of what the future of the turmoil and the
Yeah,
things that you're going to have to embark on together. And it just really drives that deeper,
no
that
question.
relationship, and them being in the foxhole with you. Uh, they turn into someone that you can rely on and
Uh-huh.
count on. And then it breaks your heart
Yeah.
if whatever you're building doesn't work out and you have to go different ways.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, you hear the term like hire slow, fire fast.
Mm-hmm.
I stand by that all day. Um, those hire slow, man, we got, for this venture, we got some really good early employees to come in and lock in with us. Um, and yeah, it was amazing, like and Midwestern, you guys, have so much talent and support startups all the time. Like I didn't know about like
Mm.
this opportunity, for us. We just pulled friends in and then we started hiring folks. And then you get to a certain point of growth that you're like, I said, I now got to bring in a recruiter.
Yeah.
Now I got to bring a talent team. And I think like what founders underestimate is the potential of partnering with
Mm.
like a firm like yourself, where it's like, you know what, like we can get people ready to go now, right? And kind of see where the market is
That have
going,
been there and done it.
and you can do your
Yeah.
risk. You can just
Mm-hmm.
de-risk yourself so much. So anyway, there's opportunities there, but yeah, we closed funding, we built the team, and we were just going to the moon. Like it was an amazing journey there. And then fast forward a couple years, you're seeing ARRs just like breaking records all the time. And then you start to see sort of, I'm big on like measuring everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Understanding your business. But then part of that is understanding the market, right? Part of market fit is you got the right product for the market.
Yep.
But what happens when the market shifts beneath your feet?
Another out of control things that happen.
You have no
Yep.
control over that.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have to control, right? You're the pilot of the plane.
Yep.
You're like, hold on, like weather conditions are different now.
Am I going to stay in this turbulence or not?
That's right.
Yep.
What do we have to do here?
Mm-hmm.
And so thankfully I started seeing the writing on the wall with COVID, that COVID was, introduced different challenges, and then sort of it started to stabilize, and then people started to change their behaviors around video and remote and all this. And
Mm-hmm.
thankfully we got, early sort of line of sight to that, which led to us saying, okay, like we got to make some changes. And I'm thankful that we saw that early enough, because some founders are scared to make hard decisions,
Mm-hmm.
and then everybody
Yep.
fails, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
it's up to you to make the hard decision. You got to
Yeah.
make the call. Like if you're not going to drive that, then nobody else is at the company.
Yep.
And that's what people, the glamorization of like the founder, you're not thinking about like the hard conversations
Oh man.
he's having
Yeah.
around people. I think people is such a, like you said it, like, man, you build that team. They came in for you,
Mm-hmm.
your vision, and it's been such an amazing journey. But then you're starting to see the forecast. You're saying, hold on, I got to make some changes here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that reminds me of this book, The Motive, where it talks about reward versus responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think that, if you become the CEO or if you work all this time and you are the founder or whatever, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I've now reached my reward, but that is just, if you've done it,
Yeah.
you realize how backwards that thought is.
Yeah.
It's an immense responsibility that gets put on your shoulders. And the further up and the further in you go on this journey into leadership and founding, and
Yeah.
the more families that rely on you, you start to realize, like, I can't abdicate my responsibility,
That's right.
or people's lives will be severely impacted.
No doubt.
And then there's also, I have to make a decision that someone's life will be severely impacted
Yeah.
for the betterment of the team
Mm-hmm.
that's still here,
Yeah.
so that their lives don't have to be
That's right.
severely impacted.
That's right.
And it is such a challenge, because how do you look at one person
That's right.
and then look at someone else
Yeah.
and make the right decision to where
No,
this blessing may not be in parallel?
I mean, here's the thing. Like when you're in it,
Mm-hmm.
it feels like the hardest thing in the world. When you've unfortunately gone through those experiences, you look back now, you look at it and it's like, okay, this is hard, but they'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And you do your best work to set them up well.
Yep.
And do your best work to honor them in that. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
They'll be fine. It's not as detrimental a lot of times that we think it is as founders.
Yep.
Yeah.
And for those that are wondering what we're talking
Yeah.
talking about a layoff, a
Yeah.
reduction in force.
No question.
That moment where you're seeing your runway
Yeah.
getting smaller and smaller,
That's right.
and you have to let people go.
Yeah.
So in that moment,
Yeah.
when you recognize that, how many people did you have on your team,
Yeah.
and how did you approach needing
Yeah.
to make a change?
So look, I mean, you're the pilot. You're seeing things come up on the radar. Things are looking different. I huddled up my founders after sort of seeing the paint on the wall. We run tight, and so we're like, hey, like, market's changing.
Mm.
Yeah, market's changing. Um, you want to build a healthy business, especially in the early days,
Mm-hmm.
right? You want to get line of sight to profitability to scale, depending on the business you're getting after. Some people is like, no, I gotta, like, I'm not gonna be profitable for many many years. But then most times, right, you want to get to profitability. Um, and so for us, it was just like conversation and saying, hey, this is what I'm seeing. Are you seeing this? Okay, like where, like what do we do here? We align that we're gonna have to do a layoff, and I think all the advice you get, and you talk to other founders and investors, and it's like they're typically saying like cut deep so you don't have to kind of do it again.
Mm.
All right. And so we're like, yeah. At that time, we were probably north of 70 people,
Okay.
fully remote. Great people. I mean, such a stacked team. And we said, okay, we have to anchor probably 50%.
Mm.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's deep. And we went through that process. It was hard. And then I realized after getting through that, a few months later, I realized I actually didn't go deep enough.
Mm.
That's the hardest, worst place to be.
Yep.
Because, like you mentioned, the first people that you're calling up is typically your friends to come join you on this ride.
Mm-hmm.
And then now when you have to have those tough conversations, it just makes it difficult. It's never easy. It's never fun. But it's just part of building a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What kind of characteristics do you think are required of someone who's going to embark on a founder journey?
First of all, I think is there's a theme kind of surfacing here. It's like this crazy enough confidence
Mm-hmm.
that you can get after it. I think that's one. The ability, and it's tied to this, but it's the ability to bet on yourself, because you're gonna have to do that every single
Right.
day.
Yeah.
Like literally, I think one of my mentors, I was talking to him, and I'm like, "Hey, how do you've been doing this for so many years, decades of building companies, and you have to have these hard conversations." And the way he described it to me is like, entrepreneurship is like a disease. It's like, what? Yeah, because you're crazy enough, something in your brain, you're crazy enough to think that you can create something that doesn't exist. That you can get random people together and friends and orchestrate a strategy to build value in the world. You got to be a little crazy to do that. But what's crazier is that you're getting punched in the face every day. Some days you get knocked out cold. And then what makes you crazy is that the next day you get back in the ring and you do it again.
Yep.
And so I think is like persistence and perseverance is just core to a founder. And just the idea, like right now when I meet a young founder, I'm like, let me talk you out of it. And if you're crazy enough to say, no, this is what I want to go do, then that's a good litmus test. Let me just tell you the scar tissues.
Yep.
And then it's like, okay, cool. Like get after it.
Mm-hmm.
But just know what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
So I think that's one. And I think it's your ability to surround yourself with the right people, like understand where your weaknesses are. Like take the humble pill as fast as possible.
Yep.
And, my success is not because of me, it's because of the people I've built around me.
Mm-hmm.
Full stop.
Yeah.
Like from like my wife and personal home, but also like my founding team and early employees is like, I don't know all the things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to bring in people that are better than me in those areas because they know, and that's their gifting.
Sure.
I'm going to bring those people around me.
Well, and there's this element too that like there's different stages of your business if you've been able to get to different stages, right?
Yeah.
There's the 0 to 1 million,
Yep.
and 5% of businesses cross 1 million in annual revenue,
Mm-hmm.
then in that, you're having to do a lot of it,
Sure.
right? You're betting on yourself.
No doubt.
Every day you're betting on
No
yourself.
doubt.
And then, to go from 1 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
not only are you betting on yourself,
Yeah.
you're also betting on other people.
No question.
And you're having to, move around.
Yeah.
And then, the same is true. You get to 10 million, and only
Yeah.
1% of businesses get to 10 million.
That's right.
So you think, okay, 5 to 1 million, then 1% to 10.
Yeah.
And then it, like you said, you've got to scale beyond that.
Yeah.
You've got to have a team that you're betting on,
Yeah.
not just one other person.
That's right.
You've got to have the fortitude to build a team. And I remember there was a moment at Midwestern where I brought, top leaders into a room and I said, I'm betting on us.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And there's something about that team mentality whenever you can look people in the eye and you can know that we're going to have this trust.
That's right.
That we're building something together that is going to be a well that people will drink from someday
Mm-hmm.
that they didn't dig.
That's right.
But we know in this room, we're going to do the hard work to dig this well.
It's good.
And I just think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And not every founder gets to be able to get to that point.
That's right.
But, there's lots of different leaders that work for organizations of that size. And there's a beauty that you can do things more together than you can separately.
No question.
And that doesn't discount, though, that someone had to found it.
For sure.
And it's easy to forget that companies that are wildly successful
Mm-hmm.
started with a couple crazy people in a room that said, I'm going to bet on myself.
That's right.
And I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to say no to a lot of other things to say willingly yes to this journey that will almost kill me.
Yeah.
And you better hope you have a partner behind you,
That's right.
a great wife,
That's right.
good friends,
Yeah.
good community. Because as you grow, and I'm sure you've experienced this,
Yeah.
as you start to beat the odds,
Yeah.
the people that were around you that were encouraging you, it's like, wait a second, he's doing crazy things
Mm-hmm.
that are way more than what I've ever been able to do.
Yeah.
They turn on you.
Mm.
There are some people that will turn on you as you rise in the ranks.
Yeah.
And it is, for me, I've noticed, and I'd love to get your take on this.
Yeah.
I've noticed that people that have done exceedingly more than what you've done will encourage you to keep going.
No doubt.
People that haven't will give you reasons to stop.
That's
or
right.
reasons to give up.
That's
or
right.
give you unfair criticism.
Yeah.
And those types of
Yeah.
things. And it's just interesting.
It's real. I mean, it's kind of cliche, but people always say, hey, surround yourself with amazing people, right?
Mm.
The 5 people around you becomes you're the average of those 5. And it's like, there's so much truth to that.
Yeah.
Like, if you surround yourself with people that are just going to pull you back,
Mm.
like, what are you doing? Like, literally, right? If you surround yourself with builders and people that have that growth mindset, and it's like, oh yeah, I get it. Yeah, I've been there, been tough.
Mhm.
I think the idea of building your board, not board of directors of your business, but a board of directors of your life,
Yeah.
is so, so important.
Yep.
Like, you want to have some people that are behind you a few years because they're going to give you some wisdom
Mm-hmm.
and a little bit of crazy. And there's going to be people that are way ahead of you and people that are right there with you.
Yep.
And man, that's just like everything. That
Absolutely.
is everything.
I guess
Yeah.
a follow-up question I have for you, like if you could, knowing what you know now, who
Mhm.
you are today, if
Yeah.
you could go back and have a conversation with Roberto, 9-year-old Roberto, what would you tell him?
Mhm. Wow. That's a good question. I think that young kid was scared too. Yeah. He was showing up, get to work. There's the grit behind that of like, all right, lace up, it's time to go. But there's a lot of fear in there too, of like this unknown world.
Mm.
Who's going to show me how to do the things? Who's going to show me about dating and marriage or driving my first car or renovating my kitchen? Like, who's going to show me all that? There was this
Yeah.
like emptiness and this fear of doing it alone. Even though that was a message I heard and I took it and I kept moving, I was also moving in fear.
Hmm.
Right? And I think I would say, hey, don't be afraid.
Hmm.
Have fun while you're doing it. Because those early days became work because I had to,
Yeah.
and that became a driver. But I would have said like, hey, enjoy the journey too, because it's going to be okay.
Hmm.
I think that's what I would whisper.
That's good.
Yeah. So,
So on the flip side of
yeah.
that, knowing who your dad was
Yeah.
and the type of amazing man that he was,
Yeah.
and knowing who you've become,
Yeah.
what do you think your dad would tell you today?
Man, what are you what are you asking me, man? I don't know. I think he'll be proud. Yeah, I think he'll just be proud.
I think you would be too.
Yeah.
Thanks, Roberto.
Yeah, for sure.